This looks like an underwater restaurant.
I think Modest's...
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? How did... Aw, they ran off!
That could be easier said than done. Something's... Good point. Yeah.
We prepared a banquet for our shop.
We have... See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're gonna need them.
There's no time for that.
Wait.
A dash of frosting!
Blubber beasts or not, are we sure this...
Trust me, they'll love...
Oh, good question. If we try to put...
Yes, we can't afford...
Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
The tracks turned back again. Ugh, so annoying. Hey, it's open!
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your water, the one you just drank out of?
Sure.
All those years, not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden. Hey, go Did you not hear me?
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear, if I'd known...
Don't... You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident. and you resented the way. So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the first idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story. He offered He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I
am no Savelli.
Oh, you didn't show any remorse when she left.
You're right.
Ooh.
I somehow...
What?
Ever since I learned the truth, I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long!
But you drank it too!
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You... I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no poison in these bottles, just clean, fresh.
No.
Revenge is a dish You're a lousy chef, and you make a...
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now...
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You gotta... You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for...
Stop right there!
Let her go,
Escoffier?
Ugh.
You can't!
Stay back!
Escoffier... Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius. He and We're talking about it. That's right. My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands up.
Wait, what?
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier.
Uh-oh. Savannah's going to...
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward.
That's true.
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route. The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere. They were probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Knife Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping. Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. A little amuse-bouche! It seems to really like the texture of Rome maritime flowers. Up to the freezer! Adaptive frosting!
Overruled! This is where you fall.
I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Lumitwols and maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
That's strange. These are into me. More
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh? Oh, Modeste and Savelli, do you...
by the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back. You're
Trust our adventurer's instincts. We're pros. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's definitely a pro. Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rummaging skills.
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean,
Remember it.
Sad. The treasure of our limited stock. He was praised as a Modeste tried as our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career. I told myself, or maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind me, unfortunately, that day will never come.
So it was Savelli. From the sounds of it,
I always thought it was just a legend. But
in that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste? If it's all true, maybe Savelli really did have something to do with it.
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed. Modeste was being the perfectionist that he was, but as he baked, it was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness. The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses. In hindsight, over the course of it, the finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything. And because we had become estranged, I cannot be there to stop. Yet despite everything,
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica.
so, also,
Modeste told me, did he hope I would get, but if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, what would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison. I cannot. I will do what it may lead. I would rather the final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
Huh?
So we thought...
The treasure of Remoria. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but... but now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Oh, it's...
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Escoffier? What's...
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the... So he came here after his friends...
This can't all that for an empty jar!
Monica, don't do anything stupid. This ruin is more dangerous than you
Oh, shut your pie hole!
You barbarian!
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else! Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out! Time's eternal!
Ah! Why is this place still shaking? Enough chit-chat. What?
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no you don't. If I can't get what I want, I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're a psycho!
When did you... I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Traveler?
Escoffier! Savannah!
Traveler! And Paimon!
Venegem, what are you all doing here?
What did you expect? We had to do
It was my fault Escoffier had to leave. Then I couldn't come back, Escoffier. Come.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just...
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head at the time.
Forget it. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Things were pretty...
Our customers know that at the end of the day, we...
No,
Well, about that.
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
Fermal? I'm so sorry, but... I'm too late, aren't I?
Actually, I think I'm going to be just fine.
Huh?
We thought Firmin's... And as it turns out, she was lacing it with Lumaline the whole time.
No way! Doesn't that cause nerve damage?
It can. High doses pose a small...
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risks are pretty small. They also fixed me up with... well, there's...
You mean... she poisoned me too?
Oh, so that's why Savannah's been so irritable this whole time!
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the Lumaline. That stuff can only amplify what's already there. So tasty food will seem like the most delicious thing in the world, while food you don't particularly care for will become utterly revolting. So you better make sure you're...
I will. I'm sorry. There's still one question that's really bugging me. Why is it? Is it just... I mean...
It's because the heating element in your oven is broken, you silly goose.
What?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. There was a half-degree discrepancy between the temperature setting and all the ovens in the whole kitchen. I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off, since the issue affected both our teams.
No. I spent so... It all comes...
Oh, cut it out! Stop the woe is me act for a second and just think. Do you know how long I spent perfecting my Gâteau de Bourg? And you clearly have no idea. Genius or not, everyone you're only a... Surely you...
That's our...
So you got your mojo back now?
Yeah. Thanks to you, Escoffier. In fact...
Aw, friends again! So nice to see them finally settle their beef.
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch.
But that was mostly Monica's fault, wasn't it?
Right. And also, does it have to be right now? Savannah's only just got her mojo back, and you barely escaped from a death trap.
No excuses. This is a cooking, so grab your spatula and get ready. Because this rematch is happening today. Right now, this is...
Hey! So, this whole time...
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
The results are in!
Quite rightly, too. Piece of...
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too, considering she lost.
Now, where were we? Yes. Do you have any more? I thought Navia would have filled you in. And actually, I had 2 reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course. But the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached a point, so I decided to step.
Improve!
Well, a while back, I got to know if she has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, lizard tails. With her, there's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I use them in the cooking.
What?
And the other half?
Uh-oh. Paimon said...
In the meantime.
All right!
Oh, of course. I've already
Surely, Mom, she practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste.
Since you mentioned the treasure, the so-called treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remoria... Don't forget. And as for the loom, even if Sibeli...
So after all, it feels strange to say it, but Paimon almost feels
Hey!
Huh?
You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, check it out. Did you see anything like this? Experts say it
Wait! Isn't that the jar they used?
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped it or something.
Benny! Adventure team, assemble!
Ad Astra. Thank you for
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Exactly, but none of them believe me.
I'll think about it.
Adventure...
Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are. Yeah. It was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House. There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite.
A few days? One night was all it took. Rap-a-tap-tap, ta-da! But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no, no, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away. Well, I can't believe you actually remember me. It's me, Lepine Pauline. That's right, the unlucky one. Of course! How else would we have managed to build
Fantasyland?
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick. As you can see, the theme of this amusement park...
Co-construct? Well, that's...
Nope!
Huh? You've got to be Ha! Look at you, puny little humans. If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream on!
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Gizmoid? Who you calling Gizmoid?
Wow! That's quite a nifty mecha you've got yourself there. Is it some sort of smart personal assistant? You ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget. Who knows? Maybe you could even look into mass production.
Mass production? Ugh, insolent! I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! And another thing, smart, I shall have you know.
What? Heavens above!
Idiot meets idiot.
What's all the fuss? Making some new friends, are we?
Miss Navia! Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of Fontaine Spina di Rosula.
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon, how have you been lately?
Hello there. I'm Kanich.
What about me? What about me?
You think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
He's not wrong. I caught yours just now, in fact. So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau. It's a pleasure.
Oh, see that? That's what I call proper manners. Well, well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty Dragon Lord by his name. Navia, don't you think the title...
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean, try to puff themselves up to look more impressive.
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Navia. I couldn't, after all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such...
Sorry, traveler. Miss Lepine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed. I'm guessing she hasn't gone into much detail. In short, the
Huh?
That's right. The one and after much not only is our...
By the way...
not thanks to this.
That's right. As for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of... For anyone feeling inspired to set up a... By the way, traveler, are you at all interested in taking part? It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income. Plus,
Paimon would be even more...
Well, everyone needs to eat. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity... Look over there!
You! Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio! Get it right next time, or you might as well...
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make Ahau go be her assistant.
You little...
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you, but there's an issue over here that requires...
apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Anyway, if you're interested in taking part...
Greetings. The sheer lack of standards here will be that the ones that leave their guns behind by accident and then come back to collect them.
Yeah, that's the kind of customer you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Oh,
Wait, has that happened?
no, it's just the mention of guns reminded me. Someone.
Huh?
Just before we started, it didn't look like some.
Oh?
Do you think of...
That's what but I didn't see much. I trekked.
What did the authority?
Oh, they made a mountain out of a molehill, as usual. Before even addressing the question of what was actually, thankfully, the ever-reliable and...
Wow, that...
Mind if I ask what kind of gun it was?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kanich, you're from Natlan, aren't you? Do you know a lot about guns?
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
Ugh, such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you anymore?
Yep, got sick of those long ago.
You little... Don't dare you turn your nose up at my gifts! Why
Time for a timeout, old-timer. Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, do you recall what the gun looked like?
It's a bit hard to describe. If you ask me, it didn't even really look like a gun. Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch. Something like this.
Whoa, it's so neat and precise!
Sorry. Is something wrong with my drawing? I know it doesn't really look like a gun, and it certainly could shoot as well, too. I confirmed.
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely... Please, don't mind...
I should be the one thing.
Don't mention it.
Not at all. The buzz and excitement you... but just before I go, one last thing. Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration.
I'm sure you noticed that there was something unusual about that gun. Correct. It's most likely an old weapon dug up from some... Based on my experience, given why time is of the essence. So I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions. Perfect. Then we can head out right away. Or, if you want to catch up with your friends first, I can wait.
Oh, man.
Bro!
Are you mimicking me? Now?
No, I mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
Aurora and Aoife, what brings you to...
Huh? How come you're... I'm guessing Kanich is here because of that international smuggling case, right?
Word sure gets around quickly, huh?
First time I
Oh, stop it. It's not like...
Wasn't expecting to see...
Come on.
Huh?
A traveler.
Anyway, back on...
Why, you're all here, of course.
For vegetables.
Cuckoo. Huh?
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine film...
It's Cheval Moran.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one. Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology, even if she's not here. Anyway, long story short...
So, you...
He is. It's his first time traveling so far away from home, and all the elders in his tribe are worried. So they had me come along.
Even though it's your first time too?
Right, but...
Don't you get it? They all just...
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too? See? Doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll...
Meaning everyone looks...
In theory, in that case, guess I better start over.
So what if he was here? We'd be making more of a...
That's exactly what's got me worried.
Aoife, there's nothing to worry about. You're a big...
You think that... Suffice it to say...
How so?
Let me guess.
Bro.
Not me.
Oh, so that's why...
That?
Nice one.
Oh, no.
If they had managed... But when the guards started chasing him, Kukuku... I wouldn't be...
That one?
Yup, that's the one. Kukuku sure I may be able to... As for Aoife...
Wait a sec. Kukuku's got him. I'm starting to picture...
Heck yeah! If anyone can pull it off, it's Kukuku. He's always been...
For real now? Do you...
Of course I'm for...
All right. Everyone's an awesome Saurus. Well, but our priority right now...
Leave it to us.
You sure?
And if Kukuku...
Wait.
Well, then it's your... There you go.
Adventure time! Adventure time!
Nothing new there.
What's all...
No way, bro!
Did he say he came from Natlan?
No.
Get out of here!
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
Oh, no. Bro!
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again.
Oh, you know one another.
He's a friend, yeah. A Saurian friend, let's say.
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked down the owner. Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur.
For real?
Traveler. Was there something important you wanted to discuss? I'm just about done with my business here.
Stay and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own. If I'm not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kanich who served as a witness in the smuggling trial? I take it there's been a further development in the...
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Nervalet before? But wasn't the trial overseen?
I've seen his photo in the papers. But as for this other gentleman...
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Wriothesley, administrator of the Fortress of Meripede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's, please.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you!
Wow, that sounded just like me. But should we really discuss official business in front of the Saurian?
Oh, wow! Oh, no!
I believe he said, or rather, I suppose he meant, that he'll keep this to himself. Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Sure thing, bro!
Let us return to the... Mr. Kanich.
Yes. Let me fill you in.
Wow! It really is exactly like Lapine Pauline's sketch! That must be all that practice.
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case...
That's exactly my...
I see. Mr. Kanich, thank you for reporting this promptly. We should begin by questioning Wriothesley.
I'll sign off on the...
That would be much appreciated.
It's lucky that the...
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being.
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lapine Paul.
Marvelous. Thank you all. Well then, all that's...
You miss me, bro?
He really does come out with the most Who did he learn it all from? Huh. Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kakuku qualifies as a flying object. And, following on from our conversation just now, he also needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. Drafting said agreement...
Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kakuku. Except...
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
All right then, we bet.
What's the situation? How bad is it? Oh no. When I saw that Kakuku...
Relax, Aoife. Maybe Kakuku just prefers high-rise living now. Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make their own choice.
For real now? Do you...
It's not that bad. Kakuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for starters.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
See?
You're not exactly reassuring me here.
As for the bad news, well, it's really not that bad. Kakuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so he has to stay at the Palais Mermonia for a while to sign a confidentiality. But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kakuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
All right. That doesn't sound...
But based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects should be over by the time Kakuku actually gets out.
What a shame. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to go have some fun without him.
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
Yay! Problem solved! All right.
My potted plant on the porch has died again. I was watering it every day.
It's been a few days. The ban on flying objects should be over by now.
I have to keep an eye.
Let's head over to the Palais Mermonia to... Hey everyone, we're here! Oh, hey, my little dudes! Good morning! Oh, wow! Cuckoo's learned a new greeting! Is that good news or bad news, though?
Sorry, I did everything.
Wait, so that's all you've been up to this whole time? Get out of here! Huh? Okay, so good mornings aside, please tell Paimon there's been some other progress.
Of course. That Kukuku's not the only one that Mr. Risley's been getting to talk. I'm referring, of course, to the convict.
It was nothing. These guys weren't exactly tough nuts to crack.
So, what's the deal?
After racking their brains, they remembered speaking to an inconspicuous middle-aged man just as they were preparing to pack up and leave Natlan. He was dressed in the manner of the Children of Echoes and carrying a box. Plus, the description matches the one the gun was found in. Perhaps seeing that the smugglers were... But all this happened, I happened to notice them as they were preparing to set sail. I thought they looked shady, so...
Boss, do we know if those Fontanians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie. It's all supply and demand, kid. Supply and demand. Natlan's foreign trade is just starting to lift off. There'll be a market for it.
That's right.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine? Scarred face. On closer inspection, could he have previously... Something feels off.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this. Let's go hear what these criminals have to say for themselves. Sure enough, there are relics inside the box. It's illegal to smuggle such items outside Natlan.
Hey, why the long face? You're abroad on business, and you get to do some sightseeing while you're at it. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. You better cheer up if you know what's good for you.
I guess you're right. I was just worried I might have messed up with the packing, or that something's gonna go wrong along the way.
Oh, pull yourself together. Tons of foreign tourists come traveling to Fontaine. I bet their luggage is full of all kinds of weird stuff. If someone insists on checking it all, just show them the purchase order we had drawn up. Those Fontainians can't get enough of their...
Aha. So their aim is to smuggle in contraband after all. Looks like I've gathered enough int. So anyway, that was when I went and told them after an investigation and
Well, guess they're headed exactly where they should be.
Thanks.
Based on your recollections, just...
Yeah, Kanish.
In other words, the person who brought the gun here...
Oh, dear.
Sounds like Mr. Kukuku wants to chime...
He said this elusive individual...
It's a good observation. I quite agree. However, we still know...
It certainly seems like it was the bait, and the only question is, why wasn't the...
Has something sprung to mind?
I just remembered a film I watched this one time.
Huh? Oh, wow! No way, bro!
Hold on, let me explain. Just now, the traveler speculated that this box, when they demand their ransom, the kidnappers tell the victim's family to leave money or valuables at a designated spot for someone to come.
That doesn't merely happen in films. There have been similar cases in real life. In fact, if anything, it's probably the real-life events that inspired...
Ooh. Wait. This raises... If the gun really was some kind of ransom, then... Since we took the box, the kidnappers never got their payment, so... Does that mean they executed the hostage?
I agree. I don't believe we have a... Selling off stolen goods is... Could we be dealing... And speaking of...
So, bottom line, this was an individual's...
Exactly. And it was the location itself that... The last thing they would have expected was... Not only is the area now...
That sounds like a...
Looks like your people...
How so?
Easy. The more routine... And timing-wise, all we need...
So in that case, I'm delegating this.
Is that...
Well...
You could always...
Thanks, but no thanks.
I wasn't... Speaking of pets... Yep, that's the plan. Out of here in...
I believe that what Wriothesley is trying to say is, you are free to leave, Mr. Furthermore, it has been determined that Mr. Kukuku should not, in fact, be classified as a flying object. As such, he shall be free to move around Fontaine whenever he so pleases.
You're the best, bro! Oh, that really is good news! Travelers, should we bring Kukuku back to...
I shall leave him in your capable hands. Indeed.
How?
What? What now?
Let's shake hands.
Fine by me. Get ready for a knuckle sandwich!
Oh, nice dodge.
Paimon feels strangely inclined to keep a safe distance. Did you miss me, bro?
Cuckoo, you're free!
Ugh, not you again. Nope, didn't miss you in the slightest.
Hey, Gramps. And hey, Paimon and Kanich. It's good to see you all. Thanks for bringing...
Get it away! Get it away from me! Nice to meet you, bro. Who are you calling bro? Say that again to my face!
If you've got the energy to argue this much, you're... Let's go find something to eat while a How lives his best life.
Poor How. He spent all day being tormented by Auroron, only to discover that the suffering's just...
Eva, as a Saurian vet, how can you just sit back and watch our little dragon bro suffer?
Huh?
Even hear yourself? Ah! Doesn't anyone want to hear how Kakuku got out of jail?
Don't lose hope, How. By the same standard, you have freedom of movement now, too. You're still in the game?
Same standard? I will not be held.
That's right. You won't. As far as I understand, the Palais Mermonia will want to assess your case on its own merits before they grant you freedom of movement.
Where's that Saurian meat restaurant again? I'm gonna march that little pink balloon right into the kitchen!
Yeah, good luck with that, bro. You'll be putting your own neck on the line, too.
Also, there's no such restaurant!
Anyway, thanks for looking after a How, guys. I'll take over from here.
Why you? Between the two, Kakuku wins the cuteness competition hands down. Really? Wait, who are the other contestants, though? The lost and found notice is up! Maybe we should go hang around the Palais Mermonia to see if...
Hello.
I have to keep an eye on the deployment of guards at all times.
Hello.
Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Hello, you two.
Have there been any developments? Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted.
Special Patrol, open up!
Ah! Who's there? What's going on? The special...
I don't think that's who this is.
Hey, this isn't the time for silly jokes!
Good day, all. Gramps, grannies, aunts and uncles.
What in the Tevat are you doing here, Auroron?
Oh, he must be the one you mentioned.
One of his owners. Kind of, but... Bro, what are you doing here?
I'm here to claim a lost item.
Is this the person you saw on the boat, Miss?
Somehow I highly doubt. For starters, he just addressed us as Gramps and Grannies. And unless this is the youngest looking middle-aged man in the world, I don't think he's our guy.
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door-knocking etiquette?
That's not door-knocking etiquette. That's the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol doing their job. Completely different things.
Oh, I see. I figured it was just a polite way of requesting entry. Oh, sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and try again.
So, Roron, you said you were here to claim a lost item.
Yeah, so...
For real now? Oh, come on, bro. Auroran, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
No, it belongs to a friend.
So it belongs...
Of course not. Aoife has... All right then. I knew this. So here's what went down. This morning, Aoife and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he'd lost, as he usually does. So we figured we'd head out and visit some of the court of Fontaine. When we got near the plaza, a man suddenly stopped us to ask for help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais. But apparently he used to work here and was worried it'd be awkward.
You didn't manage to keep that pretense up for long.
It's fine. I'm not the one who feels awkward anyway.
So, a former employee of the Palais Mermont?
Yes, at least I assume so. He looked like we were about to refuse, but he...
Could it have been a disguise?
Oh no. Auroran, Paimon thinks you've been tricked. This person might... Oh, maybe he already took off and escaped as soon as...
No way. I'm not that dumb.
Huh?
He's not going anywhere. Aoife and Kakuku are keeping an eye on him over at the...
Keeping an eye on him? I like the sound of that.
In that case, let's hurry over to one time to catch that cop...
Wait a minute, I have a question first. Traveler, Paimon, you're pretty famous in...
Oh, we're basically household names. But why do you ask?
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching in secret?
If so, then picking Auroran to do their dirty work was a careless mistake on their part.
It suggests that the person who got Auroran to claim the item might not be fully in the know themselves. There are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around racking our... However, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kinich, oh, and of course, Monsieur Nivelette too, stay here for the time being. We'll empty the box, give it to Auroran, and then he can claim the item as if nothing happened. I'll follow to check if anyone is watching. I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
I think this plan is worth it.
So, I have to...
Well, not exactly under...
Roger that. Over.
No sign of any suspicious individuals around here. Auroran has entered the elevator as planned. I'll head over to the plaza now.
Welcome to Palais Mermont.
Auroran's taking the elevator. Nothing suspicious going on here either. Strange. Maybe we're overthinking this?
Oh dear! Oh dear!
Stop with the pecking! Stop with the pecking! Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and this pet of yours on—
The heck are you on about?
Sorry, but he's not my pet. He's my coworker. And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you're talking about him.
What the— This thing has a job? So in that land, they just dish out jobs to—
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either. You're on your own now.
I'm sorry, Please, Mr. Kukuku, Master Kukuku, Lord Kukuku.
All right, Kukuku. That'll do for now. Let me ask him some questions.
Sure thing, bro.
Auroron actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just interesting? Think I'll sit back and see how this plays out.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be—
Ah, excellent. Looks like sending you was the right—
After all?
I mean, because the staff at the Palais Mermonia don't recognize you, right?
So I got it. But I don't remember promising I'd hand it over.
Huh?
This thing's pretty cool. I've taken a bit of—
Please don't do this, my good sir, my master, my lord, my—
His life hangs in the balance?
If this means so much to you, what are you gonna offer me and—
Are you trying to get him to say my life?
How'd you know that?
Because I watched that film with you. You should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding in our hands.
You're probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
Enough. More.
Who's this dude?
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia. Now, if you don't mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death.
Oh no, I'm toast now.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't—
No, I mean, yes, of course they—
I could do that. But I'd rather you just tell the whole story.
I'm a collector of antiques. Nothing excites me more than rare, old relics, and to be completely honest, if someone's selling, I'm buying. I don't care to ask where they sourced their goods. As for the seller of this particular item, well, I've never met him in person. We've had some prior dealings, but always under the cover of coded ads in some shady tabloids. Lost and found notices, missing person ads, that sort of thing. As long as I took care to hide a time and place somewhere within the text, then slipped some mora into the envelope before submitting the ad, it would get published. And that was that. No fuss, no trace. Simple, right? Normally, everything goes off without a hitch. But this time, I arrive at the pickup spot expecting a discreet in and out, and instead, I find a whole construction crew at work. That was not what we'd agreed, but I couldn't just let it go, so I reached out to him again the same way as usual. He replied, and do you know what he said? He told me that the item's now in the Palais Mermonia.
Well, he wasn't lying about that.
He insisted that it would be inconvenient for him to make an appearance himself, but said that if I could somehow find a way to retrieve it from the Palais, he'd give me a discount on the price. Of course it wasn't.
Feeling smart now, are we?
No.
Go on.
Where was I? And by a stroke of complete and utter coincidence,
I need you to clear something up for me. You haven't paid the—
Well, besides, this is a guy.
Fair. That makes sense. So, Mr.
Please.
All right, Mr. Argento.
What does he mean? Oh,
shh. Owing to your suspected involvement, a trip to the
Okay.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller and if we can catch the other party.
Oh, I see.
Good. Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it. The Palais Mer— All right, take the box, but leave your ID and other documents behind. As for you two, protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you sign a confidentiality agreement. but that would...
Such a hassle, bro.
See? Mr. Kukuku knows exactly where I'm coming from. So, I was thinking, since you're all friends of the Traveler...
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. And out of respect for the Traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut, or we'll both be sleeping with the fishes in the... In that case, I understand...
Not exactly. Then it's... Boy, am I glad that's over. That's enough work for one day. Time to head back.
Judging by your expression.
It went smoothly.
So basically...
Patience will be...
I get that.
Well, on top of that, although, so, if he's every move... Or, maybe he'll cut his... At least Natlan will...
In that case...
Everyone, I have just briefed the Morishose Phantom on the situation. When that time comes, we will be...
We'll be waiting for...
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew? It's time, dear partner in Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spinadu. Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the...
Long-term? We spend most of our time adventuring, and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think we can handle this?
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, huh? Anyway. As you can see, our fantasy land's a bit like a... The Spina's... That... So... What...
So, which means... Kind of... Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Yep. You mentioned standardized
Of course. If we're not careful, and others might pick to avoid confusion.
Wow. But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to...
Hopefully it goes without saying that I also wanted you to
Oh, that's...
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. All right, then. Let's start with... Both of you seem even more excited.
Paimon has an
Great job, Paimon. They'd be beyond delighted to hear that visit. Some have even
out of their own.
That's right. The cost of the book. Take our official. Many people have expressed interest in designing cushions based on her. These cushions will officially go. Sounds. After all, the more. Still, the same lot. Once we there's a recruitment. Once assigned.
Wait, so we've suddenly gone from being playtesters to heads of human resources? That's just all right, kind of.
Off we go!
Looks like this particular employee is really getting into their role.
In any case, running a theme park is a long-term project. We're just about...
Adventure time!
Well, the building on this moment to draw in the crowds, I've invited one of she'll be performing right here in the amusement park's restaurant. On that,
so is the
The restaurant is up to standard, and the waterside location...
Hey there, Scott.
Oh, my employer's the president of the Spina di Rasula, plus the famous traveler and Paimon. I must say...
I'd say that if anyone...
I'm guessing you want the traveler to help me decide that...
just imagine...
Now, here's the twist. To get the based on research, so give me some Now then, give me your hand. A war. Your hands are calloused from wielding your sword. A sword, then. The theme this time shall be strength. All right, let's find... I've refined the sauce for these barbecue ribs. It's the mint extra, but if you ask me,
the artist,
as I'm sure you've known, as their bosses, who knows? The morale boost might even...
Oh? For several days after, the workers were all incredibly efficient. They'd finish 8 hours of work.
Then there's no time.
That's a great idea! Looks like these themed... The artisans are pumped and ready to roll thanks to that themed dish.
And perfect timing, too. Let's take this chance to take the facilities of our eclectic escapades to the next level.
We should be able to attract more customers by upgrading the stall, don't you think?
That's right. An attraction when that. Whew. That should be everything. Looks like.
Huh? Thinking about it, we have learned quite a lot, have—
Oh, not at all. I imagine, but don't let.
Whoa, see, from here on out—
Off we go! Off we go! Adventure time! Adventure time! Adventure time! Off we go! Adventure time! Adventure time!